Assalamualaikum and hello everyone, and a very good morning to our beloved lecturer, Dr. Aida. My name is Shano Adha, and today I will start our group presentation about is soft power the instrument of choice for all great powers. First, the definition. Power is defined as an enabling factor in interaction between international actors. Without power, an actor cannot bargain well or turn events in its own favor. Power is the ability of an actor on the international stage to use tangible and intangible resource and asset in such a way to turn the outcome of the international events in one's favor. The concept of power is, according to realist perspective, it is the ability to get another actor to do what it would not have done, as an example of power to influence. According to Priefhouse and Goldstein 2011, power is an ability to influence the based on the characteristic or possession of the state. For example, is territory, income level, armed forces, and population. Two types of power that are hard power and soft power. Hard power is the exercise of influence through coercion, relying on tactics like military force, payments, and economic sanction, while soft power is the use of attraction and persuasion to change minds and influence behavior. Its source includes culture, political values, and positive global engagement. Thank you. That's all from me. Over to Jacqueline to present on the issues and problem. Thank you.
Hi doctor, I will present on part issues and challenge. Okay, power in today's world is more about what you do than what you say. People create opinion about you based on their experience with you as well as influence of others. Trust is more about what you believe than is about believing words, especially in age of fake news and alternative truth. Okay, when we look at the world's most successful companies, we see that they focus on generating liking and desire rather than satisfying necessities. Such as Coca-Cola is all about making people happy. Microsoft's mission is to help you achieve more. They want to engage customer in something broader than their company or products, something about people and their emotional desire. They don't want to force their sales pitch. Instead, they want to attract people to them, not firm but soft. There are three issues and challenge highlighted here on rise of soft power are in world of economic and political our roles, which is consist national and soft powers, mega trend and soft powers, and lastly soft power and superpower. Okay, national and soft power. Many governments are realizing the value of soft power in 21st century's properties. They spend a lot of money expand their international reach and impact. For example, French role in diplomacy, home to many global institutions and use for French language in them. Then, the Japan also focus on the popular culture, which is Hello Kitty to Pokemon, to rebuild itself with a youthful and cool image. Okay, for the megatrend and the soft power, the megatrend are blowing across the globe politically, economically, and socially. The implications are for a huge shift in the nature and growth in the importance of soft power. For example, soft power of Asia, religions and culture from the tenets of Confucius culture to to China and India. And the last one is soft power and superpower. In recent years, numerous soft power studies have concentrated on the nation's non-financial and non-political elements. Also, how a country attempts to interact with others inhabitants, visitor, investor, and other countries. It is not via propaganda economics that this accomplished, but rather through culture and personal experience. For example, China is now a major donor of international organizations, having one of the largest contingents of peacekeepers. Okay, however, soft power is something looked at to fill a void left by the diminishing hard powers. Yet, precisely because it is not coercive, soft power on its own will not always be enough, and nor should be seen as sufficient on its own to replace reduced hard power. The nature and scale of the world's current security challenge usually require two deployment above hard and soft power. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum to Dr. Aida as a lecturer of this subject 5 ADS 510, and then hi to all my fellow colleagues. My name is Zaleha binti Razali. I will continue our part of presentation with the implication of the soft power. Our group has decided to divide it into 3 subtopics, which is we talk about the advantages of soft power, we will talk about the disadvantages of soft power, and also we will make a comparison or balance between hard and soft power. Let's proceed with the advantages of the soft power. First point that I can bring here is soft power doesn't cost anything. You can deal it with a gentle way. You can deal it with your own way. Actually, soft power is empower of the positive attraction. Examples, Japan. They use to bring the soft power techniques to demonstrate the nature so that it become legacy, influence to the other country. Second is soft power is ability to withstand in geopolitical and global event. Here I will talk about the international negotiations, the techniques of give and takes. You have knowledge, you have skill, money doesn't matter. You can influence people. The soft power is usually common among the political leader because they want to attract people to believe them and vote them in democratic policy. Third point here is doesn't concern with public. Sometimes soft power doesn't concern with public opinion. The leader can make decisions. In the situations, the leader can utilize the strategy that they have to make a decision. Example, when Turkey's government don't allow or refuse to allow American troops to transfer across the country, they're using the soft power. And the last point that I can bring in the advantage of soft power is easy access information. Why I say that? Because the global situation nowadays, globalizations throughout the digital technology, soft power help to modernize society in terms of governments, culture, education, global participation, and enterprise. You can search anything using your fingertips. Let's move to the disadvantages of soft power. First point is time consuming because soft power involves negotiations, influence people, attract people. This is something you cannot finish within a short term. You have to take a years to meet your goal. Second is difficult to control. When we discuss about the globalization era, everything is on your fingertip. Your data, your information are easy to be accessed, but the security of the data are very questionable. Remember, nowadays, keyboard warrior is very active doing their job. Third is soft power, associate power, and directive or active control. Imitation and attraction doesn't always result as what they want. For example, army. They have to follow instruction by the management. The last point is developing soft power is very complicated because the ability to be restrained and empower the honors sometimes undesirable the politic decision. Balance between hard power and soft power. I will bring you 3 points here. First, character of the power. Both of these power will use a command or natural behavior to attract people action. Second is resource of the power. Soft power is commonly associated with the cooperative ends of the spectrum. But hard power, the resource is generally associated with the commons behavior. And the last point is hard power and soft power capability. This is referred to the leader. When the leader is seek for popularity, usually they will use a soft power rather than hard power. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you and see you again.
Hi Doctor, my name is Didit. So for today, I would like to share on the recommendation and suggestion from our team. So our team would like to suggest and recommend that soft power should become an instrument of choice for all the great powers. There are 6 aspects of soft power approach that we may look into, such as digital, culture, education, enterprise, engagement, and government. In the digital aspect, the ways that technology has transformed everyday life over the last 2 decades is hard for us to segregate. So all the media, commerce, government, politics, and our daily social interaction have all changed with technology. So increasing the technological base of soft power will significantly expand its spheres of influence, increase the country attractiveness and competitiveness on a global level. Right, in terms of education, if we offer the education with the high quality of university and the scholarship to the high potential students, so this will create more talent pool in the country, and then also attract the international students comes to study in the country. So this will contribute to the academic research publishing, and then this one can become the key factor that the country can be recognized by the other country, and one of the influencing factor that they may have. Alright, the next aspect is in terms of enterprise, which capture the attractiveness of the country business model, its capacity for innovation, friendliness in terms of the business, and its regulatory framework, which become the key factor for the external for the other country come to invest. Alright, for example, Singapore, as what we know, is very famous state city in the world, known for its economic competitiveness and favorable business environment that attract the world come and invest, and then this will be the influence factor for them. Alright, the next aspect is engagement, which is important in soft power approach in diplomatic networks and the commitment to international development and environmental challenges. Essentially, it captures the ability of the countries, okay, to connect with the international audience, drive the collaboration, and ultimately shape the global outcomes. Alright, the next aspect is in terms of the culture that can be the best assets to develop the strategy to influence abroad country. Alright, we can, for example, the Italian, which is famous in the soft culture, such as art, music, fashion design, and iconic food. If a country like Italy, the public opinions has a good image of their culture, it will be more likely to be appreciated in terms of their position and their diplomacy. Okay, the last aspect is the government approach that show the commitment to freedom, human rights, democracy, and the quality of the political institution. So in Malaysia, for example, we have a freedom where citizens are generally free to travel within and outside of Malaysia, as well as to change the resident and employment. So this kind of of things will be the attractive factor that may influence the abroad. Alright, so meaning to say all of these factor will be recognized by the abroad people, and then become the key attractive to our country.
As for conclusion, it appears that soft power strategies are more effective in the contemporary international system than the hard power strategies. The demise of hard power is caused by changes in the world order, whereas the strength of soft power is based on its endurance and sustainability. As soft power has weaknesses too, therefore, it is worth considering the strength of smart power strategies. As the world nowadays needs a soft or gentle approach, which more to humanity rather than hard approach that cause threats. Finally, is the great power should be the one who unite the world and create peace and harmonious via soft power approach in their management. That's all from our group. Thank you.